Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Favor, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back in. Today I'm going to be making Edikaikong soup. Right, I've just listed out the ingredients and I'm just gonna start. So the first thing is to add your oil to a preheated pan. As you can see, I've thrown in a few onions just to see how hot the oil is before I add my onions. So once I've seen that the oil is well heated, I add my onions and allow it to fry for about 2 minutes. I don't want it to be too dry because I love to see my fresh onions in my vegetable soup. Afterwards, I'm gonna add my scotch bonnet pepper, and I'm gonna allow that one fry for about a minute. Just gonna allow it cook in the oil for about a minute, and then I'll go ahead to add my seasonings. So I'm gonna add seasoning cubes mixed with salt and some crayfish. I'll add all of them at once and allow it to cook for a few minutes again. Right? Once I've stirred it together, I'll be allowed to cook for about a minute or so. Then I'll go ahead and add my water leaf. Why I'm adding this water leaf first is because water leaf produces a lot of water in the soup. You're just gonna see subsequently how much water it's gonna produce. Okay, so it's quite advisable you put the water leaf first, so that the water will dry out before you get to the end of your soup. Okay, so some people would say to cook it for a few minutes, but I cook it as long as it takes for the water to dry out, not minding if I lose some nutrients in the process. Okay, I can always get the nutrients back through my smoothies or my other nutritional supplements, but I can never get my perfect taste if I fail to let it dry out. Okay, I cannot be eating a watery vegetable soup, and I cannot, because I want it to be green and I want it to retain all the nutrients, I cannot just cook it a few minutes and then continue. I cook it until the water is almost dried out. Okay, as you can see, the water leaf is already beginning to produce quite a lot of water in it. You can see the soup now is boiling. I'm gonna let it boil for some time. I'm gonna show you in a minute. Yeah, that's the amount of water it has produced in a few minutes. I'm going to cover it and allow it to cook for a little bit more. All right. In a minute, I'm going to start adding my fish, my stockfish, my smoked mackerel, my cooked meat. Okay, they are already pre-cooked. Okay, I'm just gonna add it into my soup. If you notice properly in this video, I didn't use much of the leaves. I just used the available one I could find. So I have more animals in my soup than the leaves. Okay, so I'm just gonna add everything I've cooked for this soup, and I'm gonna stir everything, add the stock and allow it to cook for some time before I go ahead to add my ugu leaf. Okay, so a lot of you have been asking how to make your vegetable soup so that at the end of the day you don't have too much water left in your soup. I'll tell you for free now. It's just your water leaf. Okay, and depending on the amount of your stock water you add to the soup. Okay, when you cook your water leaf, allow it to dry properly. Allow the water to come out and cook it until it's almost dry. And when you're going to add your stock water, the water of your meat stock, just add as little as possible. If it's possible for you, don't even add it, but as you can see in this video, I just added as little as possible. Right, so and then you allow it to dry. Don't be scared of losing some nutrients. Go ahead and lose those nutrients, but make sure your soup tastes great. All right, you can always gain your nutrients back from other sources. Okay, so guys, in a minute I'm gonna go ahead to add my ugu leaf. So what I usually do is that once I add my ugu leaf, I don't stir everything together. I just cover the pot and allow the heat to kind of fade the leaf for me for a minute before I stir everything together. That way it's easier for me to stir, because by the time it's under the heat for about a minute, the leaf becomes a bit soft and easier for you to stir in. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead to stir everything in after 1 minute, and afterwards I'm gonna turn off my heat and cover my pot and just leave it to sit still for about 5 minutes before I begin to serve it. Okay, that's it, as simple as that. You can serve it with any swallow of your choice, garri, fufu, any swallow of your choice. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video to the end. Do well to like it, click on the subscribe button and the notification bell by the side. I'll see you again in my next video. Until then, take care of yourself. Bye bye.